This video is definitely an interesting one. I'm reading an article from movieweb.com. I think I used them before, and stuff like that. So I wanted to use this article for a video, and I finally have, because apparently there was a rumor that we were going to get another Muppet show. I feel like the Muppet Show, like a revival of the Muppet Show. So, it leads me to also say that I really wish for more Muppet movies. You could make anything. You could literally make anything into a Muppet movie. You want to turn Phantom of the Opera into a Muppet movie? Do it. Make the Phantom a Muppet. Do something. Do anything. So this article came out in May, so bear with the reading. Muppet fans won't be starting the music or lighting the house or lighting the lights anytime soon, according to a news report by US Weekly, which has debunked recent rumors that the Muppet Show is set for a revival by Disney. While whispers about the House of Mouse planning on bringing back Jim Henson's massively influential Muppets for a revival that would have been incredibly meta considering the premise of the original show have circulated since April, it seems that there will no be just no Muppets. Rumors of the Muppet Show's revival first surfaced in April, when it was said that Kermit, Miss Piggy, and the rest of the fuzzy gang of colorful characters would be getting a new reboot in 2026. This was said to be coming in the form of a revamp of the OG Muppet Show format, with big-name stars appearing in SNL-style sketches, music numbers, and more. While there are many celebrities out there who would jump at the chance to be part of some Muppet mayhem again, with the likes of Jason Segel, Jack Black, Ricky Gervais, and even Barack Obama having endorsed the Muppets in the past, it seems that there are no such plans or seemingly any Muppet plans being considered. When Jim Henson created the Muppets, years before they would become the collection of characters that really captured the public's attention with the Muppet Show, he never intended them to be a completely family-friendly, thing. The Muppet Show was anarchy, unique at the time, and delivered a show that made people forget they were watching a bunch of puppets. Though the characters have since appeared in dozens of projects since the sale of the franchise to the Walt Disney Company in 2004, their appearances have been few and far between, with no one seemingly able to get a handle on what exactly the Muppets should be doing. Despite having 2 movies, a revived The Office-style show, a series of short recorded during COVID lockdowns called Muppets Now, and 1 season of Electric Mayhem called Muppets Mayhem, that show, it seems there is little on the horizon for the characters unless someone is keeping secrets. What makes this disappointing for many fans is that this year sees the Muppets, particularly Kermit, celebrate their 7th anniversary on May 9th, which passed already, which marks the day Jim Henson's first Muppet characters first appeared on Sam and Friends in 1955. For fans, it looks like the best way to celebrate is going to be by heading over to Disney Plus to relive the original Muppet Show, because as far as any new content goes, the Muppets appear to be just as much in limbo as they have been much for Disney's tenure of the franchise. Before I started working on this video, I learned that my favorite Muppet movie of all time, which is Muppets in Space, was added to YouTube for free, and it made me think, wow, so that's how we're gonna do it, huh? I suppose that's the way it's gonna be? Although I get why they can't exactly put Muppets from Space onto Disney Plus, because it was made by Columbia Pictures and Sony Pictures, or whatever, they are distributed by those people, so they can't really exactly put certain Muppet stuff on Disney Plus, because Disney doesn't own those stuff. Now, MovieWeb.com also made some things that the Muppets could do for movies, which are good ideas. They could do Gulliver's Travels with Gonzo being Gulliver, and that would be pretty cool because, he's a weird fellow and it's a weird story. And then if you want like a more female-centric, thing, they could tackle Emma, which is apparently a movie I never heard of, but, there's that. And another great, perfect option is Around the World in 80 Days, which could perfectly work with the Muppets. Gonzo could be Jules Verne, and Kermit is obviously Phineas Frog, because name. And hey, since the Muppets are owned by Disney, they could definitely do a Muppet version of Disney stuff, and maybe even Star Wars, because Mark Hamill did appear on the show back in 1978. Which is, more fun fact, the Muppets and Star Wars are connected regardless, because Frank Oz, who does Miss Piggy and Fozzie, was also Yoda. So, yeah. They could also do like MCU stuff. I could see put the Muppets in superhero stuff, like that one Garfield movie. I've always wanted to make a video about this, but a little quick lore. There is a Garfield movie where he meets like an alternate version of himself who's a superhero. And of course, it's Frank Welker's Garfield, but that's besides the point. Now listen, if we want the Muppets to be back on TV, we need a better way of giving them a show, because some of the problems with the reboots is how they tried to reinvent the Muppets and repackage them. You know, the original Muppet Show ran from 76 to 81, totaling to like 120 episodes, was flawless just in its execution. You could easily replicate the variety show format with the modern twist, which will come with, you know, guests and humor. While trying to go meta, it seems that the franchise has lost its way in the TV space, and a return to the OG format and name, with no slight tweaks, could tickle that nostalgia and offer a new way to introduce younger audiences to the franchise. The other option is to embrace classic literature and run a TV series, adapting notable and minor works that they can condense into a briefer episodic format. This requires some clever writing, but with the right team, they can adapt timeless works that will resonate with kids and adults. They can even embrace spooky elements, tapping into classics like Edgar Allan Poe. While The Pig and the Pendulum may sound dark on paper, we are confident the classic can be re-envisioned with a Muppet twist, using humor to de-escalate the situation and make it entertaining. I want to end this video off with one simple thing. I request this. We are getting a Knives Out 3. Yeah, we're getting another Knives Out movie or whatever. We're getting a new one, whatever, how many there are. I want the fourth one, or how many Knives Out movies are there? Because I would like... Okay, we have 3 so far. We have a trilogy. Now listen here. I need the Muppets and Daniel Craig's character to meet. It's all I want. Anyways, in the next video, I'll be talking about a surfing show, and no, not Baywatch. Although, let me see if I could ever hypothetically do a Baywatch video, just to check. Reddit. We'll save that for later. You know, just in case I want to dabble in that. Okay, Baywatch video coming soon. I'm actually serious now. This isn't a joke. I'm literally being serious.